Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be testing out two different eyeshadow palettes, the Modern Renaissance palette and the Royals by Bad Habit, and we're gonna see if they are dupes or not. Stay tuned for my opinion at the end of the video. So on this side I'm going to do Modern Renaissance palette, and on this side I'm going to do Royals palette. The Modern Renaissance palette looks like this. The Royals by Bad Habit palette looks like this. I'm going to start off with this shade right here. And this is a Morphe M441 brush. And we're gonna hopefully try to create similar looks. So for this eye, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I feel like this side, this shade is more on the warm side, while the other shade is a little bit more cool tone. I mean, on the pan, they look pretty much the same. Okay, for the ABH palette, we're gonna go in with this shade right here. And this is a Morphe E22 brush. I'm gonna go in with this shade again, just to make it a little bit darker. And now for this side, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Just going to do the same thing that I did to the other eye. And I can say that they're both as pigmented, so that's awesome. I'm going to pick up some more of that shade. Now with no extra product on this brush, which is the Morphe M441, I'm just blending out the edges. Doing the same to this side. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And this is Morphe M433. I'm gonna take more of that shade to intensify it. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm just grabbing more of that shade to intensify it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with that same color again. Just adding more color. Okay, I'm gonna go in back over here because I feel like this one is a little bit more blown out than this side. I'm gonna go back in with burnt orange just to blend out the edges. Now for this eye, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Now for this eye, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm just taking that on my finger, and I'm just going to apply it to the center. Gonna go in with this shade right here. And then with no product here, I'm just going to blend it out. Now I know this looks crazy right here, but that's why we don't have concealer on. We're gonna take this shade right here. Well, okay, that totally applies much more powdery, I would say. And I'm gonna go in with this shade again. I'm just going to blend. Okay, so I feel like this side is a little bit more cool tone right here, and that's because of that one shade we used that was not identical as to the side. I'm going to take this shade and this shade. I'm going to take this shade here and this shade. For the inner corners, I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm also going to take it right here. I'm using this shade right here. The Royals Bad Habit palette is very similar to the Modern Renaissance palette by ABH Cosmetics. I think you can totally achieve a look very similar to each other, as you guys can see by this eye look. You know, of course, this one ended up a little bit more on the cool tone side right in the crease area, and that's because of that one shade I used, that it was a little more cool tone than the other shade I used on this side, which was a little bit more on the warm tone side. If you want a similar look to the ABH Cosmetics Modern Renaissance palette, then I would say totally go for the Royals Bad Habit palette. It has very similar shades and it is way cheaper than the Modern Renaissance palette. I believe this one is $12. I'll double check that and I'll put the pricing right on the screen. If you ask me if these palettes are dupes, I would say yes, because they practically have the same shade range of colors. They have similar shades in here and you can totally get a similar look. And I mean, the quality in both of them are good, very good.